Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to do a collective love reading. So this won't resonate with everyone, but you should know if it's resonating with you or not once I get into this deck. So we're going to look at what we need to know about your current situation. We have air signs, so you could be connected to an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have timing, divine timing, and patience. I haven't felt like throwing the divine timing card in a while. So your patience could be being tested right now, or there could be an element of divine timing where you can't control what's happening. I'm also seeing a union here. So, divine union in divine timing. Let's get one more. We have distance, so there could be emotional distance or physical distance between you and this person. All right, so we're gonna see what's going on here, what you need to know. Oh, I have candle. Whoops. Oh dear. We have candle smudgies everywhere. So we do have the Eight of Cups energy, walk away. Oh dear. I have candle gunk everywhere. So Eight of Cups energy, someone could have walked away from this connection, putting distance between you. You could have walked away, they could have walked away. Now we have nostalgia. So this is clearly about someone that you know, because it says memories and ex. So clearly if this is your reading, you are connected, I want to say spiritually, to someone from your past who you either had to walk away from or they walked away from you. And we have take a break. So it feels like you and this person are on a break, or in separation. Even if you didn't title it a break, could have been a breakup. All right, let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh my. What do you need to know? So we have communication unexpected. So it feels like there's unexpected communication coming. We have trust in the universe, divine timing. So you had both divine timing cards. So it feels like this was definitely outside of your control. Even if you tried to reach out to this person, maybe they didn't respond. It feels like they needed time or needed to communicate with you in their own time. Like I said, we do have unexpected communication coming out, and it will come in perfect timing. So again, it feels like it's outside of your control. Unexpected communication. It also says unblock. So for some of you, maybe you blocked this person or they blocked you. We have truth coming out with communication. So you do have some sort of confession, communication coming towards you. And we have nature. So you could have been, this card always gives me the energy of grounding. So it feels like in divine timing, like maybe you needed to work on grounding your energy, or the person you were connected to needed to ground their energy. We have don't lose faith, stay positive, and let go, relinquish control. And that's what I was talking about. It's outside of your control. So like I said, you could have tried to communicate with this person, but maybe they weren't ready to hear you. Maybe they weren't ready to talk to you. And it feels like this communication, this person is coming towards you to be very honest, but it's happening in divine timing. And divine timing doesn't always align with our ego's timing. Sometimes our ego wants it right now. So this could have been a test of patience for you. I'm going to get one more card. We have rebirth, new beginning. So in divine timing, there is the potential to ground this connection and have a new beginning with this person from your past that either you walked away from or they walked away from this connection and you've been on some kind of break. You could be focusing on self-care right now with that card we saw about taking a break. You could be focused on self-love, self-care. But let's see what's going on with the person you're connected to. So, the person you're connected to. So, right now, the person you're connected to is thinking they are working on their stability. This does say stable, and that's what I was hearing with that nature card. The person you're connected to could be grounding their energy, becoming more stable, but clearly this person sees you as the love of their lifetime and they're nostalgic about you, I'm hearing. Let's get a few more. What's going on with the viewer's person? We have triggered. So this could have been a very triggering connection. We have emotional. So this person is feeling very triggered about something, feeling very emotional over you. And like I said, this could have been a very triggering connection where you triggered each other's wounds. You could be dealing with an earth sign. We have earth sign on the bottom. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have candle crap everywhere. Oh my goodness. There we go. It could be that your person is going through some sort of divine intervention as well that leads to this unexpected communication with this triggered card. It's very much giving me divine intervention. And this person is overthinking about you right now. We have summer. So summer could be symbolic June, July, August. It's also possible that this, actually, I want to do this. It's also possible that this unexpected communication comes in by the end of summer. So with triggered, we also have we have growth coming out, personal development. So I feel like whoever you are, you could have shone a light on this person's shadows. This is giving me the energy of the sun, and the sun, like the sun card in tarot, and that's very healing energy. And I feel like this person is healing with the growth card, but I feel like something about this connection triggered growth within this person. And when that happens, especially in like counterpart connections, when someone's wounds are being triggered, they can react because it's growth is not comfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. It's not easy to grow and change and self-improve. It's messy. It can be very messy. And sometimes when our wounds are being triggered, it can feel quite painful, and it can trigger our ego and our need to defend. So it's very possible that, you could have really triggered the things that this person needed to work on. And then we have hope, which is interesting because this is coming out for them. So the person you're connected to is trying to stay positive about this connection, trying to stay positive that they can have a rebirth with you. You could have been the one to walk away here. So underneath earth sign, we have spying. So watching you, keeping an eye on you. There goes that dang motorbike again. And we also have autumn. So I want to say this unexpected communication could come in August, which we are in right now. At the time I'm filming this, all of my readings are timeless. September, October, November. So in the next 1 to 4 months. And when we get tarot, I am going to ask about the next 6 to 8 weeks. So we'll see when this unexpected communication is coming. Also, summer or autumn could be very symbolic to your connection. That could have been when you met. That could have been when someone walked away. So let's get some tarot. I'm using the Moonchild Shadow Edition, I believe this is called. Which, fun fact, I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I feel the need to bring up the Never-Ending Story, because when I was a kid, I always wondered what, is it Bastian? I think his name was Bastian. I always wondered what he named her when she's like, say my name, and he screams out the window. And now that we have captions and the internet, he called out Moonchild. So Moonchild Tarot. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you that. I love that movie. All right, so let's see what's going on here. I also really like the way this deck shuffles. It's like a matte deck. Anyway, pointless information. We do have the Fool here, and we also had the Knight of Cups, so it feels like someone could be feeling called to take a leap of faith towards you. And the Knight of Cups is a very intuitive energy, so this person could be feeling intuitively called to take a leap of faith towards you. The Knight of Cups can also talk about a romantic gesture. It can talk about wanting to rekindle something, but we'll see what else comes out. We have shadow work. Yes. So this is a bonus card in this deck, and I feel like this person with the Knight of Cups and the Fool, Aries energy, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, the Fool. With shadow work, it feels like the combination of shadow work and the Knight of Cups is making me feel like you could be dealing with someone who needs to mature emotionally before they take a leap of faith towards you. And that's the element of divine timing here. And what's really interesting to me about these cards is I talked a lot about you triggering this person's shadows and their wounds, leading to personal development and growth. And that's what we see here. We see someone seeing the light. And it's making me think of a quote that I can't remember. What is it? Something about... Oh, I wish I could remember it. Something about it's... Something about... Oh, why can't I remember it? Something about it's in the darkness you find your light. I can't remember the exact quote, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And you could resonate with this energy too. Like you could be someone who's done a lot of shadow work, a lot of personal development and healing. But to me, from what I'm seeing from the cards is that this person needed to do some serious shadow work and reflection and healing. And there's something about emotional maturity before they took a leap of faith towards you. And that's kind of why this divine timing card is here, because if someone's not ready emotionally, you can't really control that kind of situation. All right, so let's see. I just heard avoidant. So you could be dealing with someone who avoids their emotions. So let's see what we've got going on here for you. We have the Hanged Man, a pause, a break to bring new perspective. There is something about waiting too. So it feels like this is this connection has been suspended. And this is Pisces energy, but the fact that we have this person in front of the moon, To me, it does feel like this person who you're connected to kind of needed a pause to do shadow work. And I'm not saying that's the reason they gave you if they walked away. That could have been the reason you gave. You could have walked away and said, you know, until you heal. Oh, that rebirth says healed. That new beginnings card says healed. So it feels like once this person works on their healing, that's when there will be the rebirth. Once you work on your healing, once they work on their healing. A lot of the times, for the viewer, I get the energy, because you're watching tarot, that you're already working on your healing. So I think it has more to do with your person's healing. But it feels like this was kind of suspended, or there's a separation here until this person goes through some personal development. And maybe they were resisting it. Maybe they were resisting it. We also have the Three of Pentacles, which is about coming together. It's about cooperation, being on the same page. So I kind of want to get a card for you. So can you show me the viewer, please, Spirit? Show me the viewer. We've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, you could be learning about something right now, or learning about yourself. It feels like maybe sometimes you look this person up online, or you watch them. That doesn't always, the Page of Swords doesn't always mean that. But it feels like your current energy, you're curious about something, whether that's about learning about yourself. Maybe you're curious about you. How can I put that? It doesn't have to be associated with this person from your past. But there is this energy of being curious about something. You could be learning about something new. You could be taking some sort of course. That's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could also be curious what's going on with this person, because maybe I was hearing that maybe you tried to connect with this person and maybe they never responded. It almost feels like you would be interested in hearing from them, or like the Page of Swords is kind of like wanting to have a conversation. I'm going to get one more. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. That's really interesting. You could be learning something about, the Seven of Cups is about clarity. It's about no longer being confused and seeing through the illusions. So you could be having a new perspective, especially with the Hanged Man energy. You could have a new perspective about this connection, about this person. You know, maybe this person made you, with the Seven of Cups, they could have made you feel like an option in the past. And maybe you have this new perspective where you're no longer interested in being an option. You know, you could have that energy where you're learning that you deserve more. You deserve more than being an option. But I definitely think for some of you, you want communication from this person, or you want clarity or closure from this person. We also have the Three of Swords on the bottom in reverse, which does show healing. It also shows forgiveness. So you could be having a new perspective about this where you're releasing resentment towards this person. You could be learning about some of your childhood wounds that this person triggered, for example. You could also be trying to make a choice about this connection. Like, if I don't hear from this person, I'm going to move on. With the Seven of Cups in reverse. It does say clarity about love. So you could be learning something about what you want and deserve in love that you don't want to feel like an option. You could be healing some kind of wound with that Three of Swords, some kind of unhealed wound that this person triggered. I'm hearing empowering yourself, so you could be empowering yourself. And it does talk about reconnecting with larger objectives. So you could be thinking about the bigger picture here. So let's see what's going on with your person. What's going on with your person? We have death. And we have the Hermit. Oh my gosh. And the Six of Cups. That's some powerful energy right there. So right now your person is the one, remember that shadow work card we saw, and remember that the one about the ex and nostalgia in this deck. So right now your person is going through a rebirth, and they are reflecting with the Hermit. They're doing a lot of self-introspection. Clearly they're holding back their energy, or they've withdrawn from this. They're isolating from you. But they are going through a rebirth, possibly even realizations about, you know, the wounding that they need to work on, realizations about some childhood wounding. I feel like this person is thinking about you, feeling very nostalgic about you. That's really good. I like that. We have Virgo and Scorpio. That's positive. All right, let's see how you're feeling about them. How are you feeling about them? We have the Tower. Yeah. So there is an element of divine intervention here. This could have been a connection that was very unstable with the Tower. You could also be having a revelation about them. The Eight of Cups, I always hear, you know, walking away from less than you deserve. And with the Page of Swords and the Seven of Cups in reverse, you could be feeling like there was something very unstable about this connection. Maybe there was a weak foundation. I feel like you're having some kind of revelation about this person. Maybe you've taken some rose-colored glasses off. And what's interesting about the Tower to me is the element of divine intervention. So with the Tower, you can kind of, there's warnings that the foundation is unstable. And a lot of people, especially like people with fear of abandonment or fear of rejection, fear of being alone, even though that Tower is shaking and crumbling and there's like an earthquake and a storm happening, and it would be safer for you to leave the Tower. A lot of people, myself included, will stay in that Tower and try and hold it together. Even though the signs are pointing, get out of that Tower. So what happens is you can either leave the Tower voluntarily, or the universe will throw you out of it. And in this image, we see two people being thrown out of the Tower. So it does feel like you could be feeling like there was some sort of divine intervention that happened because there was something not working in this connection. You could have also met this person very unexpectedly with the Tower card. Like maybe you weren't expecting to meet this person. Your meeting could have been very serendipitous. We also have the Magician. But I'm also hearing something about a revelation. So you could be having a revelation, you know, that this person does have healing to do. Yappy Dog is confirming it, and that you need to trust in divine timing, and that there was nothing you could do to hold that Tower together if that Tower wanted to come down. With the Magician and the Tower, I have to mention The Magician, the shadow attributes of the Magician, which is Gemini and Virgo, can talk about manipulation. So there could have been some kind of, I didn't see anything in the white deck, but I did talk about emotionally triggering someone who's not ready to look at their shadows, and it triggers their ego. That could definitely appear manipulative. I'm going to get one more card for how you feel about this person. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. So this person could have walked away from you or triggered a wound of your fear of rejection or fear of abandonment, causing you to work on that and grow. This person could be younger than you. They don't have to be. It does feel with the Page of Pentacles, for how you feel about them, you know, the page is a younger energy or a more immature energy. So this person, maybe you feel like they weren't ready for commitment with the Page of Pentacles. That they needed to go through some kind of growth. With the Five of Pentacles, though, it does feel, it kind of feels to me like you tried to make this stable. And remember, I was talking about the grounding card there. And I was focused on the stable word in the life partner. So you could have tried to make this work. You could have tried to hold that tower together. You could have tried to make this stable, but it could have felt like you were in some kind of maze. Anyway, Five of Pentacles is, you know, feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned. Like I said, I was hearing that could have been the wound that this person triggered within you. Interesting. Let's see how they're feeling about you. Two of Swords. What's really interesting about this image is you see footprints and someone walking away, the Hermit. So whatever happened, whoever walked away from this, I feel it had to happen so that this person could reflect on this. So we do have the Two of Swords and we have the Six of Pentacles for how they feel about you. So for how they feel about you, they see you as someone very giving with the Six of Pentacles. And you could have even overgiven to this connection. There is this energy of maybe you two butted heads about reciprocal energy and about balance. Because the Two of Swords can talk about a stalemate or stagnant energy or just feeling stuck. So you could have wanted more stability, more balance, more reciprocity, and maybe you two were butting heads on that, is what I'm hearing. I just want to see what's under the Six of Pentacles. Divine wisdom. Interesting. You could be very intuitive. This person, I didn't see anything about third-party interference, but this person could have chosen something else or someone else over you. The Two of Swords, they feel like they need to make a choice. It's kind of like a battle between their intuition and their heart with the Two of Swords. Let's dig a little deeper. Actually, I want to look in the book. funny because the Two of Swords talks about relationships, balance, and harmony, and we have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom. So it feels like something was out of balance. So this person currently, divine wisdom, Six of Pentacles, I feel like this person is being divinely guided to reach out to you. And this one talks about, the Two of Swords talks about feeling uncertain about following their intuition. And remember, we had that Knight of Cups, and I said the Knight of Cups is a very intuitive energy. So I feel like this person is feeling intuitively guided. Now that they've done some growth, they're feeling intuitively guided to reach out to you. But their ego and their intuition are kind of, there's a stalemate going on between their ego and their intuition. And this Two of Swords card talks about following intuition, making decisions, and dealing with conflicts directly through clear communication. But there's a feeling of uncertainty on how to do this. So they kind of feel stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to you. Not in, I don't mean that to insult you or anything. I feel like this person, hang on. Oh my gosh, bless me. This person sees you as a blessing. As I was saying, I'm not saying that to insult you. You're not a rock or a hard place. But it just feels like this person feels unsure about how to reach out to you. So let's get another one. How is this person feeling about you? Yeah, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Oh, the Lovers. This is one of my favorite Lovers cards. So this person is feeling a divine connection with you, a very strong attraction to you with the Lovers. There's definitely, in the traditional tarot, the Lovers used to be the choice, and we have the Two of Swords here. So this person is trying to make a choice about you, about coming towards you, and it feels like they're really overthinking it because they have this triggered card. So they're really overthinking how to come towards you. We do have the Three of Pentacles, which is confirming what I was saying earlier, that this person is trying to make a decision about how to reconnect with you, how to get on the same page as you, how to find a middle ground with you. And the Lovers, you know, Gemini energy, the Lovers can be a very challenging connection because it forces us to grow, or I shouldn't say it forces us to grow, but it does help us grow. I'm just going to keep going. Feelings on this one. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So there is some sort of determination that they feel towards you here with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the most determined knight in the deck. So it feels like this person is determined. They still have hope to work things out with you. And they could be worrying that they're taking too long. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, and I think it's really interesting how these two cards are coming out. You and this person could be the same element. It doesn't have to be earth. You could both be air signs. You could both be water signs. This person could be younger than you. And you can kind of see this knight looking at this queen, but the queen has her back turned. So for some of you, this person could be feeling like you've turned your back on this connection. That could be what they're, you know, overthinking or feeling triggered about. I feel like they are feeling like you are protecting your energy or protecting your pentacle. And like I said, just the layout of these cards, we have this knight feeling very determined. And the Knight of Pentacles talks about dedication. So this person being very dedicated on coming back to you. But then they're kind of looking at you with your back turned. So maybe, you know, You could be very focused on your career right now. You could be very mature. You could make more money than them. You could, even that in itself, I'm not saying that it's right that it triggers people, but if this person does have wounding and shadows and insecurities, if you do like make more money than them or have a nicer house or a car, or you know what I'm getting at, maybe you even have children, that can trigger some people, especially when you're in a dynamic of like man and woman, and I don't talk about gender much. We do have the 9 of Cups, so this person does see you as their wish fulfillment. All right, let's see their intentions. What are their intentions towards you? So we have the 6 of Wands. So that for intentions is about Knight of Cups. So I already mentioned the Knight of Cups. So their intentions are to send some kind of romantic message, to rekindle something with you. What's interesting is the 4 of Cups, which is about clarity and awareness. So I feel like this person does want to bring you some sort of clarity. And I almost feel like this person's intentions are to show you that they've emotionally matured. We have water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. 4 of Cups also talks about putting in effort. So this person's intentions are to put in effort. And even this Knight of Cups is actually holding a sword, which is interesting because it's not the Knight of Swords, but this Knight of Cups is actually holding a sword, which does speak to, the sword is down and they're holding it to their body. So I think their intentions are to follow their intuition, because the sword represents the mind, right? The ego. And with that 2 of Swords, I mentioned they were stuck between their ego and their intuition. And it feels like they're going to put down their ego, especially with the 6 of Wands. They're going to put down their ego and follow their intuition and come towards you with clarity and awareness. Oh yeah, look at this. This is magical. Judgment. So judgment is very much a resurrection, a renewal. They want to show you that they've changed. They want to show you that they've, been doing self-evaluation. We have the Fool. But look at this. Their third eye is open here. And that's exactly what I mean about the intuition ego thing. I had to pause it. Okay, so let's see what their action will be towards you. What is their action going to be towards you? We have the Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Moonchild. I don't know why I find that funny. So their action towards you: Ace of Pentacles, solid offer, an offer of stability, which everything I was saying, and the 8 of Wands, that is communication. That's messages back and forth. So yeah, their next action towards you are to communicate and to offer you something stable. That's interesting to me. I'm just going to grab the book for that Moonchild card. All right. So when I grabbed the book and I opened it, it opened to the 2 of Swords. And I just want to read to you what the Two of Swords says, because this is what this person is feeling about you, and I don't believe in accidents. I opened up right to the Two of Swords. If you find yourself at a crossroads, there may be a need to create a sense of balance. Generally, when this card shows up, we are experiencing some sort of difficulty in making a concrete plan or finding the solution to a problem. Perhaps we feel numb or that we are still in the dark about something, and we cannot see what is unraveling before us. It is time to acknowledge the situation head on so that you may process what you have been avoiding. And remember, I said I was hearing avoidant before I even pulled that card. Do not fear potential outcomes, as fear will only hold you back from uncovering a positive outcome. Summon the courage to trust in yourself, and your path will become clear. So there's also self-doubt. So right now your person, how they're feeling about you, they are feeling doubtful that you'll even accept their offer. Back to actions. Like I said, Eight of Wands is communication. It's very fast moving. And they are offering you something stable here. That's a good offer, Ace of Pentacles. I just want to look at Moonchild. Moonchild. Connection, manifestation. Really interesting. What is internally inhibiting you from healing? So I feel like this person wants to communicate what was stopping them from healing. It's also making me think of that energy I was getting about your person doing shadow work. So we're going to look at near future energy to see, we'll look at the next 6 to 8 weeks in terms of energy between you to see when this communication is coming in. So the energy, the shared energy in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm talking about I'm not talking about in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm talking about from now until 6 to 8 weeks. So from now until 2 months from now, what's the shared energy between you? We have the Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. That's success. That's positivity leading to love. Interesting. Let's get another one. The next 6 to 8 weeks. We have the King of Pentacles. Wow. And the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles does show dedication. It shows a renewal. And the King of Pentacles, that is so interesting to me because we have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles. And I was talking about how with the combination of the Knight and the Queen here, that this person could be feeling insecure about approaching you. King of Pentacles, you definitely have a stable offer coming towards you. You know, it's also the energy of commitment, commitment and stability. So I feel like this person comes in a very stable, more mature energy. You know, perhaps everything you've been wishing for. And then Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. So let me just look at the Eight of Pentacles really quickly. For you, in love, Eight of Pentacles. Cultivating a relationship. So it does feel like there's a wish fulfillment coming where you cultivate a relationship. There's a renewal. This is also about dedication. We also have cactuses flowering, which could be symbolic for someone. So what is your advice? What is your advice? We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. So your advice. First off, I want to say typically when I take advice, I give the upright meaning. It is in reverse. So with that in mind, I feel like there's a reason you haven't been able to let go of this connection. I do feel like it was some sort of destined connection here with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is very much about fate, destiny. There's also something else about you could have been someone who was like overly generous with your time and energy. You could have been an overgiver, and perhaps this connection came into your life to teach you a lesson in like being too generous and over giving and leaving yourself empty. I also feel like this person is going to open up to you. Don't hit me in divine timing. That once they make adjustments, once you make adjustments, that wheel will spin again. I feel like this wheel is about to spin in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. I think it even says that. Focus on gratitude and releasing attachment. So, instead of staying attached to a certain outcome, focus on what did this connection teach you? What lessons did you learn from this connection? Be grateful for the lessons. Be grateful for what healing you've gone through, and detach from the outcome is what I'm hearing. All right. When I got up, I just grabbed a deck that I just want to get really quickly for you. So I just want to see what Spirit can tell me about this connection. What can you tell me about this connection? Oh dear. What can you tell me about this connection? Oh my goodness. What can you tell me about this connection? All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we have divine intervention, ascension, perfect timing, divine timing. Perfect timing. Serendipity, light codes, promises kept, duality, as above, so below, and we have communication. So that's exactly what I was talking about. That communication will come in perfect timing once you've both ascended. And one of these cards had double rainbows on it, and I thought of this card. What one was it? Was the Three of Pentacles? Ace of Pentacles, double rainbows. So this offer will be coming in perfect timing. Look at the double rainbows. I like that synchronicity. And then we have communication, unite, connecting, integrate, share, collaboration, harmony, compromise, overcoming barriers. So there's a bridge coming is what I'm hearing. We have, yes, the time has come, culmination of effort, completion, fulfillment. Rewards of your hard work here. We have the devil, meh. So everything I was saying about you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but that's kind of what I was talking about with the shadows and triggering this person's ego. So it feels like that there's been some sort of divine intervention when it comes to their shadows, that the time is coming once this person does the shadow work, which they are in Hermit and Death. We do have Clover, luck, happy coincidence, unexpected rendezvous. So you could actually you could actually run into this person quite unexpectedly, or maybe you met unexpectedly. We have Gaia, Mother Earth, grounding, inner identity, grounded, purpose, experiencing duality, inner versus outer worlds, polar opposites. We have broom, sweeping away that devil energy. You get out of here. Purging shadows. Remove, purging, a clean sweep, total makeover, unavoidable. And that's exactly what I meant about the tower. It was unavoidable. There was nothing you could do. Clean up, restoring harmony. Love it. I was making all kinds of noises while these cards were coming out. I'll tell you which ones I was making noises about. We have communicate, negotiate, chatty, debate, discuss, flighty, nervous. So this person definitely nervous about communicating with you. Text or call someone, making contact, ADHD. So someone here could have ADHD. We have new beginnings, death and rebirth, transformation. That's the energy your person is in right now. Brand new, spontaneous. So it feels like, to me, I'm feeling this communication comes in very unexpectedly. We have the bear, and to me, the bear is awakening from a transformation, awakening from a spiritual slumber. Yes, I'm talking about that animal deck that I love so much. You could be connected to someone who has a lot of hair or is hairy, strong, large. That's interesting. Oh, this is also 15, which is devil energy. And this person could have triggered your mama bear energy. And what I mean by that, I'm not gendering you. What I mean by that is I talk sometimes about, before I had kids, I was now I'm seeing the stingray card. I was kind of spineless. Like my friend would always tell me, you really need to grow a set of balls and you need to get a spine, because I just let people walk all over me. Once I became a mother and people did something to my child, that mama bear came out, that protective mama bear came out. So if this person was coming at you with devil energy, maybe you became maybe you had to protect yourself, or maybe it awakened that bear within you. Anyway, we do have masculine energy here, divine masculine energy. And we have guidance system, the lighthouse, guidance system, detour, safe passage, plot a course of action, navigating obstacles. So it feels like right now this masculine energy is, and I'm not talking about gender, is plotting a course of action, navigating obstacles. I also feel like they're being guided by their intuition right now. We have the Chariot within 1 to 3 months. And remember, for timing, I was looking at 1 to 4 months. During the summer. So it feels like this person is plotting a course of action through the summer, coming in 1 to 3 months, Cancer energy, the Chariot. We have, what? You got all 3 communication cards. That's really interesting to me. You got all 3 communication cards, the bird, the letter, and the bridge. And that was the bottom of the deck. And when I put it down, I didn't even realize we have the butterfly there. Metamorphosis, time, be open, embrace change, evolution of the soul. Evolution of the soul. We have the ship, your ship's coming in. Going places, adventure, vehicle, vacation, trip, enterprise, movement, Chariot energy. Coming forward with communication. We have, this could happen online. They could reach out to you online because we have networking, marketing, internet fame, expand, spotlight, social media, connected. We have the lovers. Okay. The lovers, listen. When the lovers and the devil come out together in the same deck, same spread, that's one intense connection. There could have been like a push-pull dynamic. There could have been insane attraction, yet very triggering. You could have like felt obsessively about this person at one time. I definitely feel like this was a connection that was meant to help you both heal your shadows. We have Temperance, so Gemini energy. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. This says within 14 to 30 days during the fall. So those are kind of the time frames we're looking at. For timing, we have 1 to 3 months during the summer. You had the summer card come out. We have within 14 to 30 days during the fall. We had the autumn card come out. Now we have within 4 to 8 weeks. So 14 days to 3 months. These are the cards I was making noises about. We have love, desire, joy, bliss, affection, fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness, romance, contentment, passion, caring, the love lantern, the heart. We do have the rings, agreement. So I do feel like you and this person had a soul contract. Listen, I went out with my mom yesterday and she doesn't really she doesn't really know about what I do. And she was asking me what I do. And she was like, oh, could I, do you work for a company? And I'm like, Mom, I have a YouTube channel. And she's like, well, could I check it out? I'm like, sure, but they're all love readings. And she's like, how does that work? And I'm like, I tried to explain that I channel soul contracts. And she looked at me like I had 2 heads. I was like, I know it sounds weird. But definitely I feel like you and this person have a soul contract. An agreement, a soul agreement, maybe to close out certain cycles, wounding patterns with the World card. And then we have the Loons, deeply committed, uncommon bond, uncommon. Manifest deepest desire, all in for what you love, reawaken lost hope. So I feel like this person is going to reawaken your lost hope. And I'm just going to get a few channeled messages. May 14th could be symbolic. Look at that. We have the Fool on the first cut. Now I'm hearing Lizzo. That song, Are You Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to be loved. And there's a line in that song that always hits me where she says, how can I expect someone else to love me if I don't love myself? Which I think that's, anyway. Look, this love scares them. Devil and Lovers, intense. Very triggering because it's a love. I'm hearing divine connection because it's a love that pushes you past your comfort zone. It pushes you to grow, to evolve, evolution of the soul. And that is scary. All right, so let's see what this person wants to say. So we have, I'm sorry. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? Interesting. Definitely some insecurity there. I lie awake thinking about our future. I am obsessed with your body. Devil energy. We also have, I'm a very jealous person. So something that this person is seeing online could be triggering them if they are jealous. And just so you know, jealousy comes from insecurity. I'm not making excuses, but jealousy comes from insecurity. We have Weight, 7 of Pentacles. I want you to choose. So it feels like this person is like the ball is going to be in your court. It's going to be your decision. Ew, we have wrongful advice. So this person could have got bad advice about this connection. And, you know, I was talking about my mom looking at me like I had 2 heads. at one point, my friend, who sadly I'm no longer friends with, when I talked to her about like divine connections, she had all kinds of opinions and they weren't helpful. So this person definitely could have gotten some not so great advice about this connection. So that's your reading. July 15th, July 4th could be symbolic. April 15th, April 7th, April 4th could be symbolic. And I'm going to leave it there, my friends. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.